going on? I want to welcome everybody back into another episode of the Fourth Down Podcast. I'm Rashad. We got John and Leek, the normal cast with us today, but we got another special guest with us. My guy Toriano, Mr. Tori goes by Tori. What's going on with you, my boy?
Not much, man. Just staying alive. Word to the BGs.
So tell the people a little bit about yourself, like favorite teams. You know what you like to do in your free time. I see you wearing I'm not hip to soccer.
Real Madrid. Best
I ain't
club
wanna
in
mess
the
it up.
world. Best club in the world, by the way.
We're going to debate that later.
I ain't been out to nothing much, man. You know, just working. Trying to watch a whole bunch of sports. Speaking of teams, like I support multiple teams across multiple clubs and multiple sports. So, football, Patriots, Ravens. I know I'm gonna get a whole lot of flack for that, but we can talk about that a whole another time. Basketball is just the Celtics. Like I like other teams, but it's just the Celtics.
Okay. I'm sorry. We're gonna go ahead. Continue. My bad.
Baseball is the Orioles, of course.
Oh, it's okay.
And then when we get the footy, football, real football, it's Real Madrid first, and then it's, I hate to say it, not really, but Man United, the Premier League.
Come on, man.
And then I watch every other league, like top 5, Argentina and Brazil. Like I watch it all. Like I'm a soccer fanatic, so
We gonna get to that. But like we normally do, we usually start with football, right? And I know the league went to see the Ravens game,
Yes, sir. I got to see my boys live and in action.
beat down the Seahawks. So what was that? What was that experience like? It was cool. It was fun.
Yeah, it was cool. It was cool. It's definitely always cool to be down at the bank chilling. I actually sad to say I've only been to 3 regular season games, and this was the first time I was there in time to see introductions. And I don't know, I'm just a huge Ravens fan, a huge football fanatic, so it's like I just kind of like those things to take that stuff in. So it's like watching introductions and everything, it was tough. Like
Did they
crowd
honor
was
anybody?
crazy.
Or
Huh?
They didn't honor anybody at the game. It was just
Nah, this was just a regular game. This was regular, wasn't nothing special going on. But all in all, though, overall, like John said, we spanked the Seahawks, so wasn't really like much competition. It just was good to see. Like I ain't gonna lie, even though we didn't have to do much, it was still like a complete team win. Like everybody did their job. Was nobody like slacking on any end. Everybody did it to the end. I ain't gonna lie, I love the defense. Like really being there and watching the defense really got me to see like
It was locked
this
in.
defense is something special.
Okay. So after that, can we say that the Ravens are the best team in the NFL, or are they just the best team in the AFC? Like,
Oh no, I can say with 100% confidence the Ravens are the best team in the NFL right now.
I think they're the best team in the AFC. I don't know if they're better than the Eagles right now, man.
Now, the only reason like I say that there's arguments is like, okay, the Eagles may have better offensive performance games, like Jalen may go off, AJ's going off every game for almost 125 plus yards. I get that. But the Ravens are the most consistent, well balanced team, like all around. Like we're never, even in games where we're blowing out teams, like we're blowing teams out, but yet nobody's getting crazy stats. It's just an all around team effort.
But it doesn't. I hear you. But like, so that you think that will put you over the Eagles, over the 49ers. I mean, those are the only 2 other comps right now. I mean, I think y'all are over the Chiefs. Like,
I mean, granted, I'm not gonna. I know it's crazy to say that I would say that we are the best, but is it still going to be a challenge playing those teams like the Eagles? Of course. Like, honestly, I feel like because we don't play the Eagles this year, so sad. Unfortunately, it's going to have to wait till December to see us play like a really solid defensive team in the 49ers because we play them Christmas Day. So it's like that's going to be a real test for us to see. You know what I mean? And again, if we win those games, I'm not expecting those dubs to be blowouts or like Lamar going for 400, 500 yards, Bateman going for 100. Like it's just going to be an all-around team win.
Performance,
like
yeah.
the defense is going to strap up, get the stops we need, and we're going to get the scores that we need. And with that being said, it might be some short field situations. So hopefully, like I said, when we play them, it'll be able to see like, okay, the Ravens are legit. We're
like
real.
that.
We're not gonna blow teams out. But also think about it. Like I could be wrong. Aside from like a couple games last year with the Chiefs weren't out there like they were dominant, but they weren't every single game. Wasn't a blowout. Every single game, Mahomes wasn't throwing for 400.
by.
Yeah, like they were getting some close dubs. You know what I mean?
It's funny that you mentioned the Chiefs because John said that the Chiefs were the best team in the league off camera. I want to hear what both of y'all got to think about that. So.
I hate to say it, but I had to agree with John because For one, that light-skinned boy in Kansas City.
And we're not talking about Kelsey.
That is a white man. But he is just like something different. Like as my like a little bit like last year and the year before that, like I was on low-key on some hate and shit. I was like, nah, like this nigga is not ready to keep doing it. And then he keeps doing it. And this year, receivers can't catch if the ball had fucking glue on it.
Mm-hmm.
Like they are bad. And like Travis Kelce, if Taylor Swift ain't there, absent. So the fact that they keep winning and the fact that they are top of the division and their defense has been solid. Like last year they were good. This year, like I think the Ravens for me, it's just I had a sickening feeling like, I don't know, it's gonna be some inconsistency that creep in somewhere as much as I hate to say it. But they've been playing so consistently to what you said, Lee, like so consistently, and it's like, damn, like nah, they like this is what they should have been for years, matter of fact, as opposed to right now. But I'm glad that they're starting to actually just do it as opposed to be like, oh, what if we're healthy? What if?
It's not a fear that Lamar isn't going to play well in the playoffs, because that's historically what happens. Like the regular season, he's great, but then the playoffs, the Titans game, the Bills game, you know what I mean? Like he drops off a little bit. You know what I mean? It's no fear of that. Like historically, that's what happens, right? I'm not just making it up.
Me personally, he has one playoff one.
Me personally, this is
That's
what can you do?
Mac Jones.
I like to, yeah, we ain't gonna talk about him. But
we thinking.
Me personally, I like to look at the NFL as a what can you do for me now league. Granted, I understand the past matters and what has happened before, but look at what's happening right now. He's playing too consistent. This is the best team. This is the best receiving core he's had his entire career.
I get it.
That's why they're gonna be different.
This is a whole completely different offense.
I hear you.
I'm not sitting there, and I don't want to be one of those Ravens fans that's like, I hated Greg Roman. That's completely on the road.
Hey man,
I hated Greg Roman. I understand Lamar got his unanimous MVP and Greg Roman's offense, but that's just because no one could game plan for Lamar because no one knew what Lamar could do.
Mm-hmm.
You got to really take into consideration that was Lamar's full first year in the league, not half of a season and a couple playoff games. No, that was a full year of Lamar. No one knew how to stop that man. They game plan different, and it's so crazy because I literally watched how the next year, off the first game, off the rip, QB spy here, linebacker stand down, no one dropping back. Like it's just they were trying to completely take away the ability of him to run
them through.
Exactly, because in that offense that Greg Roman was doing, that's what he was best at doing.
It was simple.
You got to understand. Look at what he's doing now. Lamar's out there dotting up some receivers.
I ain't gonna lie. Nah, he looked good. You know what I mean. He top 5 QBs in the league right now. Don't ask me to rank them.
I don't want to cut you off, bro. But that one, I don't know if y'all seen it. I can't remember which game it was, but he stepped in the pocket and was on one leg.
The Cardinals game when he threw it off his foot.
I was like, nah,
stuff
this
like
nigga's
that.
a freak.
It's just little things like that. Like, yeah, bro. Like,
what do you do
exactly
when that is on the football field?
I mean,
like,
yeah, no, he. I mean, but he's been fumbling a lot. But I mean, nobody's perfect.
And no, and I was hoping someone would bring that up. We can bring up the fumbles. Mahomes, this is the most interceptions Mahomes has had 9 games in his career.
Let's not.
Jalen Hurts, same thing.
Mahomes is different. He's on a different level. Like, until somebody beat him in the playoffs, you can't, like, come on, man.
Okay, we'll see this year.
I mean,
all right.
I said that the last couple of years, too.
We'll see this year.
I'm not Ray Lotto, a team that, like, I feel like, I don't want to say isn't getting talked about enough, but, like, I guess people are starting to take them seriously now that Joe Burrow is healthy and doing his thing. Like,
he got more playoff wins than Lamar.
League hates the Bengals.
I hate to say it, bro, but game gotta recognize game, and that motherfucker Joe Burrow is a cold motherfucker. Like,
I'll be honest with you, and I had to have this conversation with some friends. I honestly think I would like Joe Burrow more if he wasn't on the bench.
I get that.
I'll be 100%.
It'd be cool because he out the division.
That's why I don't like Josh Allen.
You don't gotta see him twice a year, and it's just like, dog,
exactly.
you
It's
got
like,
to go.
I can say that with honest. I'll be fully honest. I would definitely probably like him and give him a lot more respect if he wasn't on the Bengals.
I agree. I don't like Josh Allen and I don't like Tua. I hate both of them.
If they were somewhere else, you would probably.
No,
I would root for Tua. Maybe not Josh Allen. I'd root for Tua.
Josh Allen, yeah, he's kind of falling off right now.
Bills are bad.
Yeah, I don't even know what's going on with him. Like,
it's crazy. Is he still top 5 right now?
No, he ain't top 5.
Get that out of here, bro.
He ain't top 5.
All right.
LJ, my homeboy.
My boy Joshua Dobbs, man, he out here balling.
He's not top 5.
Bro, he came in.
Let's have it.
He didn't know the cadence.
We can talk about it. Let's talk about Dobbs real quick.
Bro,
Let's talk about him.
He was 10 minutes before the game. He even know the offensive line cadency. He getting the snap down 10 minutes before game time.
Getting
That's
shit
different.
on the field
That's different.
before they go out.
I'm not gonna lie,
That
that has to speak to that. Like,
Lock
that's
in. I mean,
crazy.
I like Dobbs, bro. He was on Tuesday. He was with the Cardinals, and then Sunday he's with the
he throwing
Vikings.
dots. Come on, that's different.
Game-winning
different.
touchdown. That's crazy.
Who did they play? The Falcons.
Falcons.
Yeah.
And they were supposed to be having they not like top team, but Falcons are decent.
Bijan don't be getting no touches.
Yeah, Arthur Smith.
I don't even know what's going on with that.
Arthur Smith is a war criminal because he needs to be tried for his football malpractice.
Man, y'all need to trade
my
Bijan.
Bro, listen.
Trade him.
Do you know what he said today? He said Bijan is an excellent threat off the ball. He said away from the ball, Bijan's an excellent threat.
You want to know? You want to know another crazy stat?
That's crazy.
This season, under 5 yards, he only has 1 carry in the 5 yards going in the red zone. That's sick.
He only has 1 rushing touchdown too.
He's 6'3", 220.
Tyler
built like a tank.
Algier getting all the touches.
And Cordero Patterson makes no.
I really want to know what happened in the offseason. Like, what did he say to him? That's crazy.
Bro, they drafted a running back
Not
2 years ago, right? Algier. Then this year they turn around and draft another running back in Bijan, which
who's actually like quite possible.
He's generational talent.
The
Like,
freakish running backs.
I don't understand like
Saquon Barkley if he was bigger. Like,
what the thinking was, and then for you to have him and then not use him.
Speaking of not using, look at Kyle Pitts. Like I mean,
you took the words right out of my mouth.
So I guess at
because
this point we just gotta say like the Falcons is just all around coaching.
trash.
It's just awful coaching.
It's
job
Arthur Smith, bro. It's literally
It's
it's
the coaching job, yeah. Because it's crazy. All the things y'all bringing up, it's crazy. You're like, damn, why isn't Pitts getting more looks? Why isn't
Desmond
Bijan
Ritter
getting more
is
touches?
bad.
yeah.
Ritter, he should have.
He will be back in that Postmates commercial he was doing, delivering food if he keeps playing.
Well,
like the
Drake
way he
London
is.
don't even really get the ball either, bro. Like,
And it's crazy, bro, because they've got some good guys. Like,
Man, if you put any quarterback on the Falcons,
you put Mac Jones down there,
that's
bro.
why. Listen, I ain't
Pro
gonna
Bowler.
lie. Granted, I knew it was never gonna happen, and I was never worried. But now that they're like in the middle of the season, they're doing so bad. People keep talking about how like they were so stupid that they didn't make no offer, or they were like not even looking at Lamar's way.
I saw that.
Because remember, the Falcons were
declined.
supposed to be one of the
Right.
teams, and they were like, "Yeah, we're not even gonna make him an offer." And it's like, you should have.
Yeah, okay, buddy.
And speaking of like QB performances, bro, did y'all see that boy in Houston?
Listen,
Hey,
That boy
bad
in Houston?
motherfucker.
left, right.
I'm
CJ
sorry.
Stroud?
Honestly, if we be real honest, he deserved that number 1 pick.
You think he looked better than Bryce?
Oh.
I mean, I think it's a no-brainer, but like,
No
like,
brainer.
Man, Bryce look like he should be in
No-brainer.
college.
Bryce is.
And it's like I feel like it's not even fully Bryce's fault.
it's not.
No,
the team
it
is
is
so
his
bad,
fault.
bro.
No, that is his fault. Them interceptions were really bad.
Frank Reich
Those
needs
two-
to be
yes.
gone.
Yeah, yeah.
That's his first year.
It's crazy because I didn't think it was gonna be his. I thought he was gonna be a decent coach for real.
Bro,
Honestly.
he's a QB whisperer, bro. Carson
Yeah.
Wentz had an MVP year under him.
It's so crazy you brought him up. He's back in the league now.
LA.
Anybody peep that?
Rams, right?
Yeah, the
LA,
Rams
man.
picked up wins, and I was hoping that we can talk about that because I'm like, listen, Carson Wentz has a job.
But
Guys like
Cam Newton.
Cameron Newton don't got a job.
I'm
Cameron
sorry.
Durrell
Cam
Newton?
Cameron
Newton's
Durrell.
performance
How do y'all feel about
in New England, I'm sorry, was atrocious.
Was it like
really?
No.
Pre-COVID?
Pre-COVID.
Pre-COVID.
Because they always say this. They're always like,
That
look,
pre-COVID,
Bro,
Cam.
that game
he
had
did
against
have
the
some good
Seahawks.
games. I
He
can't
was
say.
cool, but then, like, of course, I get it. COVID had his own little things or whatever. Everybody body different or whatever. But it was like, bro, mentally,
Bro,
dog,
it's-
what are you doing on the field at times? Like
He
his
said-
decision making still for
Listen.
me was just like,
He said it's like you driving on the highway, right? And you in a sports car, but then like you pull over to get gas.
mhm.
But then the rest of the team is in another sports car behind you. You pulling over to get gas. They don't stop. They kept going. And so he said the playbook kept expanding, and he was still in week 2, week 3. So he had to catch up.
And you
He-
can't make excuses, man. If you're an NFL quarterback, you just got.
if you've been in the NFL for longer than 10 plus years, I'm sorry, dummy. It's not a whole lot of
Again, we just seen Joshua Dobbs step. He didn't even know his name. He just said, "Hey, bro, hike me the ball."
dog. He was like, "Sorry, bro, I don't know your name, but we ready to run this play right here,
Right.
and we gonna win this game."
I don't want to hear that.
So I feel it. So then, I think I love Cam Newton. I love Cam. People be thinking when I do this, like
Man.
I'll be trying to shit on him, and it's not that. It's just
He was him, bro.
you need to have a certain mentality to be able to be in the league. Like it's a business at the end of the day. So they're looking at it like, if you're not gonna take this serious, why would we even give you the opportunity?
Do you think it's just he doesn't even want to at this point, like he wouldn't accept a backup role.
No, and it's not that because he said he would be a backup. But
I know
the thing
he
is,
said that, but
you got to think. And I mean, this may not mean
Man,
nothing. And
he said that, and then also it's like, but I'm Cam Newton.
I'm better than
Yeah.
half this. Exactly.
It's
So it's
like-
again, it's into the mentality. It's like he's gonna say that. Do we think he will do it? No,
I mean,
clearly not.
in his mind, he's a league MVP, right? And
In his mind, 'cause
League-
We a long
league-
way. What was that? 2015.
league MVP.
We a long way away.
Don't
from
back
that,
up
dog.
rookies.
long way, almost
what I
10,
mean?
10 years almost.
Hey, but we mentioned CJ Stroud, bro, but I feel like we really didn't
No,
look
no.
at how special this performance
No,
was, bro.
he-
Like,
I watched that whole game.
Oh, you different.
He is something,
You
bro.
different.
The team they got around him too. Like honestly, I think we gotta talk about CJ Stroud and
Nico Collins,
Yeah, no,
Tank
bro.
Dell,
I can't for the life of me remember the head coach's name right now to save my life.
D'Amico Ryan.
D'Amico
Yeah.
Ryan. Yeah.
He deserves such an amazing job because their team, like, you would have never thought, like, you would have thought it would have took some time. Like, of course, it's taking some time now, but for him to look as good as he looks right now, putting up like such good performances, winning games, and then like 470 yards, bro, and 5 TDs, no interceptions, like,
As a rookie.
dog, that's freakish. Like, and he's been doing that at Ohio State, like. So it's not even like he not used to pressure or people like just putting a whole bunch of expectations on him, and it's just like, all right, put it on my back, I got you.
Is he the best Ohio State football quarterback ever? Like,
By
this
far.
point? Like most Ohio State
What-
I've been
Yeah.
seeing all the memes and everything.
I'm not ready to lie, bro. I can't remember one like
Justin Fields
that came.
Come on.
JT Barrett, like
don't disrespect my man. It's like
I'm thinking out loud. I'm trying to name other Ohio.
JT Barrett. I remember when Ohio State had like this like
Bro, that-
they had a legit like roster of just like stacked quarterbacks, and it was supposed to be like, yeah, they're gonna go to the NFL. Like it was
one by one fell off.
yeah,
Shout out my boy Troy Smith.
like I can't even list them off because like I feel like that 2013 to 2015,
Cardale
2016.
Jones.
Yes,
Oh,
yeah, bro. I swear, like they took one out and put another in, and it was just like, nah. Ray dropped more bombs on you. It was like, hold on now, what? Y'all just stockpiling QBs now? What?
I ain't gonna lie. I will say this about CJ Stroud. I am so glad the Ravens saw him week 1 and not week 9. Let me tell you something. Because listen, I ain't gonna lie. That's why it's just like it's kind of crazy to think the progression. It's insane. Like from that week 1 game where honestly I feel like he's gonna talk about it later in his career. As my welcome to the league one was when Roquan was right there in my face as soon as I hiked the ball.
Bro,
Roquan Smith, boom.
He was struggling, bro.
That's what I'm saying. And it's like to think like he went from that to where he is now.
I mean, he was only gonna get better. I knew you guys.
But so fast.
It's so crazy because you guys always catch teams like early in the season when they're bad.
Yeah.
Like literally, like when I saw the Texans week 1 against y'all, I was like, oh, that's not even gonna be a close game. Oh, I remember a few years ago when y'all blew out the Dolphins. And
yeah.
Hollywood had that crazy game. I was like, but the Dolphins ended up being
Ended up
okay.
almost- yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I always feel like it's so crazy that y'all catch teams so early.
Look.
I do want to throw in the fact that there have been like rumors and reports that Bill Belichick might get fired the middle of the season.
I
Like,
hope so.
If
ain't
he
firing that
comes
nigga,
back from Germany with an L and we come back 2-8, we're gonna lose because there's a video of Jonathan Kraft saying to Robert Kraft, "We're just not good enough."
I think
In the press box during the game.
Y'all think they're gonna do that even though y'all just gave him that extension?
Yeah,
I think so.
They extended him. I think this is what they're gonna do. They're gonna trade him to the.
Yeah.
They're gonna trade him. Gonna get some draft picks, and then we're gonna keep it pushing. Like
I think he's gonna go to like
the
they-
Falcons.
Falcons, Washington.
Washington.
I think
yeah,
we might get Vrabel. I saw Vrabel or Gerard Mayo.
Gerard Mayo need to take the reins if they fire Bill. But in my opinion,
It's not gonna be like a he's fired.
They can't
It's
get
a,
fired. It's
we let him
trade
go,
or-
or you
they
know what I'm
need
saying? They're
to
gonna
take
dress it
him
up.
out of the general manager
Absolutely.
role
Yeah,
that
he
he's
can't run
had
the safety
on
flag.
lock and key for like ever since Yoda went to Texas, the Texans or whatever. Like he's had that shit in lock and key, and like yeah, when you got Tom, you can kind of do whatever the fuck you want. But now when you gotta actually account for the quarterback and like build up the offense again because you don't have that guy at quarterback, it's just like Bill, you've done horrible at this shit for a while, dog. Like you haven't had any solid weapons. O-line has been struggling. Like people like to bash Mac. I feel like he could be better. Like
Say that again. Say that again. People like to bash Mac.
He's like I know niggas be doing that shit or whatever to troll a little bit too. But to me, I feel like when I watch his tape or whatever, like if he had a decent O-line, like it is clear games where it's just like the game against the Bills. Like I don't trust in the Bills right now, but it's the Bills. Respectfully, like he went in that game like they played the game that they need to play, running the ball, being up, defense, doing anything, and then him just making the reads that he needs to make to win games. And it's just like Bill Belichick cannot. He can do it on the coaching end, but he needs to be taken out of that GM role. And I don't know if Robert Kraft might ever do that. Like, I think that's why y'all hearing about, like, him being let go completely, because it's just like, if I'm not here, like, if I'm going to be here, I'm going to be here doing the shit I want to do because I did it my way for so long and got you all the success. So if you don't want me here doing all the other shit, cool, let me go, bro.
So wait, Thomas. So Bill Belichick is the GM too?
Yes, he's been, bro.
That's the reason the offense
I'm
looks
be
like
real with
that.
y'all. I swear to God, I did not know that.
Bro, Bill Belichick has been the GM for so long.
I should have known that, but I swear I did not know
He's
that
the
he was
GM.
doing that as well.
He's
People be
literally
talking about the
GM,
talent that's on the
and
field, and it's like,
yeah, so
the culprit is right there answering the questions every week.
That's why the
Bro,
defense looks so good.
I'm sorry, but now I just got to double down on what I told you. Cause I remember I DM'd you and I was like, you know what y'all got to do. And I was like, you told me it's like 10 for 10. And I was like, no, you know what you got to do.
You know, I don't even think
sorry, bro.
Mac
Y'all
was
gotta
his
get rid
pick.
of Bill.
I don't think he wanted to pick Mac. I think that was a Robert Kraft pick because
Impossible.
I think
The Alabama pipeline is too strong.
I don't know,
Yeah,
bro.
that
Because
No.
Alabama, that
No,
Nick Saban
Alabama
has too much
pipeline is-
respect
okay,
for Bill
you might be
Belichick.
right. I mean, but if you look at it, bro, the defense has a lot of good pieces. Kyle Duggar, Christian Barmore, Gonzalez.
Always been his strong.
Bro,
suit.
Exactly.
Absolutely right.
always
But then-
crushing on
but then
defense.
you look-
Always been his strong
You look at
suit.
offense, bro. N'Keal Harry over AJ Brown, Metcalf, all of those guys. Tyquan Thornton over George Pickens. You know what I'm saying? Like the list goes on and on and on. We drafted two tight ends that aren't even in the league anymore.
We
Like,
picked up Zeke for no reason.
hey,
Like, what
Zeke
are we
looks
doing?
good. I like
think
the way
I
Zeke
heard
looks.
reports that Zeke said he was trying to be out of there already.
Nah.
Am I tripping? When
I mean,
heard that?
if that
I
is
wouldn't be
true-
surprised.
Yeah, that's just Zeke being Zeke at that point.
But
You know, he's
also,
a one-year
George
rental.
Pickens, I'm sorry, I don't know if y'all saw that last game that the Steelers had and his behavior after the game
Yeah,
type
he's a
shit.
diva.
I'm sorry, dummy. I
He's
cannot.
still too young. He's
I'm
still too
I'm
young.
Absolutely, I'm
glad.
glad he's
Still
not
too
on
young.
my team.
I know the Steelers low key regretting that
I mean,
because
all the Steelers receivers are divas.
I was gonna say Mike Tomlin. It's nothing Mike Tomlin has not gone through. So I will say that.
Antonio, Martavis Bryant.
Deontay Johnson look all right, but like I'm like shit, he might be a number one option. George Pickens just had to take that out.
I mean, honestly, I honestly I don't see that. I'm pretty sure that was their game plan going into the season, and it has to be. The only reason Pickens got more is because
He got hurt.
He got hurt, so it has to go back to that now. Deontay's got to be your number one. Deontay's.
I was thinking that George Pickens was
Nah.
because all the Steelers talk that I hear is George Pickens that, George Pickens that.
Yeah, no, get me wrong. It's he could, but it's like you just brought up him doing the little antics after the game.
Yeah,
him
that mentality.
It's like,
definitely-
bro, you doing things like that, I can't make you the number one. Like, that's just me. If I'm coaching, I'm like,
He's just a kid.
I can't. Yeah, and it's
But
like,
I
you
think
gotta
it's
learn.
crazy. I'm gonna wrap this up real quick. But they said Deontay Johnson scored his first touchdown on Thursday since Big Ben. Like that was his first touchdown since Big Ben.
I'm not surprised.
That's crazy.
It's a whole lot of
Because
games.
last year that was a thing. Like he was getting hella yards and catches, but he was not scoring.
But you've got Pickett, you've got Mason Rudolph. Like you've gone through at least 2-3 QBs.
I thought Mason Rudolph was out the league.
But this was like this. I'm talking about
Yeah.
back when Myles Garrett. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
bonked him over the head.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's you got to go a while back before you see a Deontay Johnson touchdown. Like literally pre Thursday. Like it's insane. But yeah, let's just moving forward. The NBA underway. We got the end season. Was it tournament?
End season tournament.
I think
They
it
need
just
to
started.
rename that shit.
I don't. How do y'all feel about that? Like, do y'all know like what it is? Like,
So
No, I don't.
I don't either. That's why I'm
understand
asking.
that.
so what they're trying to do, they're trying to like incentivize like the game. Yeah, like the front half of regular season games. Because I don't know if y'all know, but like a lot of fans, especially like NFL fans, they don't be watching NBA till fucking.
Man, we don't
So
finish
it's
the
Christmas.
NBA.
Yeah, I don't.
Till
that-
Christmas?
I'm not.
At the
You're
All Star
right.
break. Man,
Yeah,
That's
some
really
of
when
that like
yeah.
All Star break, like that's when
Shout
the
out
NBA
League
season
Pass.
start or whatever. So
Shout out
like
League Pass.
they're paying the players, the coaches or whatever. Like I think whoever wins, it's like $500,000 to the coaches, and then it's like a pool for assistant coaches and shit
So,
like that.
Yeah, like I got the reason of it. I just
What do you gain
it's
from?
just like
It's-
what's the,
I mean, for,
Man, I was more interested in the games now. Like,
yeah, no, for
Why?
me,
I mean,
for,
it's just a regular game.
for me as a nigga that
play
watch
hard.
soccer, it's like other competitions. Like they got other cup competitions or whatever. And low-key, I feel like this is kind of somewhat of that. I like the fact that they ain't playing extra games because I feel like people don't take in consideration athletes' bodies and stuff, like their health and shit. Like it's just play. And niggas, like I know niggas get the rest or whatever, but that ain't ever no real consideration for people as like humans in their bodies or whatever. So like they can perform at their best. So I mean, they try to incentivize just niggas actually playing more games or whatever for fans to get excited about something. But them courts, bro.
Oh, them
Nah, the
courts-
course is tough.
Nah,
What?
Nah, some of them.
What?
Tough.
I agree.
Some of them courts is tough.
I
No,
agree.
they
Y'all
were
are
like my
crazy. Y'all
team
are
courts,
tripping.
man.
We
I
gonna
agree.
Some
I
of the
agree.
courts
I
is
agree.
tough.
I agree.
And the
Wait,
uniforms.
Wait, wait,
we
y'all-
gonna look at some of those
I just-
after the show.
I don't know. I feel like the way they should have set it up. If you win the tournament, you should automatically get a playoff spot.
I saw somebody say that.
I
don't-
agree.
I
That's
think
unfair.
That's not
they should put that in, but I don't know if they'll do that this season.
It gives people a reason to play hard and to watch. You know
But
what I mean?
But now that team that just got that spot's not gonna give a shit about the rest of the season.
No, but
I mean, they
what
can
if,
for seeding. You know what I'm saying? They clinched the berth, sure, but they might want better
But what if?
seeding.
All right, so let's
They're
say
already in the
hypothetically. Let's say hypothetically.
Let's say
right?
my bad to cut you. Oh, go ahead. You might be actually.
Let's say like the Nuggets, right? Who I think Nikola Jokic is the best player on the planet right now.
we can get into that.
We can get into it, but I mean,
It's
what he's
not
doing
much
night
to do.
night in, night out on both ends of the floor. Like I feel like people underestimate what he does just because he doesn't jump. He's not super athletic. Like he still does it or whatever. But just the team around him, how he plays. He wants to play basketball. He loves it. Like you can tell. Like it's just basketball for him
Love
and
it.
other shit.
No, I don't think he.
I don't think he
No,
loves
I think the way for you to play the way he does, you have to love the game of basketball. Like
me-
that isn't just a
let me. To
I'm
add
just
to what
doing
he's
this shit
saying,
for
let
a
me-
job or whatever.
Do y'all think Kawhi loves the game?
Oh, of course not.
So you. Okay. Wow. All right.
Hold
Well,
on now,
never
bro.
mind then. I can't
on,
ask
bro.
John, but
That game against
the
the
point that I
Lakers-
was trying to make, I feel like if you're not knocking Kawhi about his love for the game, you can't knock Jokic. It's the same.
Man, I believe if it was up to him, he would set up this season. I guarantee he's looking.
Man, that
for
man
him.
body is failing. His legs are literally
Now,
paper
that just might just be
mache.
something that he just. That's just
I do
something
not
gotta
think he
deal
loves
with.
basketball no more.
I don't think so either. Maybe because he doesn't think he can win with the Clippers.
It's his
I'm-
contract.
Maybe that's what it
It's
is.
his contract year. He going.
It's not that, bro. I'm sure you think he thought he had a better chance with the Raptors than the Clippers team he on now.
He chose the Clippers over the Lakers, bro, and now I think he regrets it, bro.
I'm not really lie.
He could have won a chip with the Lakers. The Lakers, while he was on the Clippers, the Lakers won that bubble chip.
No,
You know
that's
what I mean?
cool, but I think he wanted to do his
But
own thing.
I get
That was his. You know what I'm saying? Do you not remember
hear
the
you.
reason?
Yeah, he
you
didn't
gotta
want
think
to make
about
a
it. I'm
super team.
sorry. Like, why would you? Why me personally? I'm not. If I'm Kawhi Leonard, I'm the Claw. I'm just coming off this championship run. I'm not gonna go link up with LeBron. I'm doing this shit my own way.
I want to say like by himself. Sorry to cut you off. Like he had Van Fleet and fucking OG and
Kyle Lowry.
and Siakam.
Right,
but
but-
like it
but-
was
Just hate
basically
him.
it was basically Kawhi. Like Kawhi is the final piece.
He's the guy, right? I get it, but you go and play with LeBron, you're guaranteed a ring. Is that not what it's
But
about?
you're now in LeBron's shadow, and you know you can be great.
You can win a ring, then you can leave.
You've locked up LeBron to win that Finals MVP. So, in my opinion,
I-
you know
yeah,
you
you guys-
can
you guys
be
are
the
making good points. I
star.
get it, I get
I
it.
feel like Kawhi legit like to disappoint John. I feel like Kawhi loves the game. But
does.
his body is just failed. His body failed him so badly at this point. Like I think people forget. Like in the Spurs, he had that like crazy. Like it was something just with his body or whatever. Like his legs. Like
It was his knee.
I think it's
Between the
something.
knee and then the Zaza injury.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
thinking about.
That's what it was.
Like Cooper Cup got like he got some genetic thing or whatever with his legs or whatever, and it's just like some people's body is
That's
just
just
built
how- yeah.
different. But
Oh, speaking of Kawhi, bro, what do y'all think about James Harden to the Clippers? Like, you think that moves the needle for them, or
Why don't we just ask you what you think about James Harden?
what do you think
What do
about
you-
James?
Let's start with you,
buddy?
Rashad. How do you feel on James Harden to the Clippers?
good riddance? It's like no, nah. I like James.
Say it with your
I'm
chest
a
again.
James fan. I've always been a James fan. I wish him the best of luck. But I don't.
He's lying.
He's
Don't-
absolutely lying.
I don't.
Especially after that playoff.
Bro, it's only one ball, right? And Kawhi was talking after the game like he was a role player. Like he said,
Kawhi was talking like James is the role or
no,
Kawhi
like,
is the role?
Like Kawhi is the role player. He said, you know what? When I get the ball, I'm gonna just make the most of my opportunities. When I see an open shot, I'm gonna make it.
That's a leader.
You know what I mean? And
That's
then
what Steph did for KD, by the
Russell
way.
Westbrook was having a great season up until Harden got
also
there.
what D Wade did for LeBron when he came to Miami.
Hey, look, all I'm
hold
saying
on.
is,
Let's talk about it now.
all I'm saying is it's not gonna look good in the playoffs because he's
Now I will take back what I said just now because I ain't gonna lie, you can't compare Harden going to the Clippers anything nothing like LeBron going to Miami because honestly, also Kawhi's still a better player than
What?
Kawhi's better than.
Oh,
James
better than Harden?
Yeah, Kawhi right
Yeah,
now.
I
Kawhi's
get
better
it.
than James
I get
Harden.
it. I
At
get
that
it.
time, LeBron, the person coming, was better than Dwayne Wade, the person there.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't know how I feel about that. Really,
Wait, we was talking about this earlier. Who the best player on the Clippers right now?
the best player right now on the
Yeah.
It's
Clippers
still Kawhi Leonard.
What? It's Paul George.
is Paul George. I'm sorry.
Paul
I think it's
George.
Kawhi.
Did y'all watch
It's
that game
Kawhi.
against the
No,
Lakers
no,
the other
yeah.
night?
I mean, like,
Kawhi's a
He was
lazy.
Did y'all
bad.
watch that
No, it's
game?
Paul George.
Like I hear you. I hear you, bro. I love PG. I wish PG would have beat the fucking Heat when he was with the Pacers.
Oh, man.
But
Kawhi is a top 10 player. PG's not a top 10 player.
Kawhi,
I don't like
right now
when
he's
niggas just be
not
like top 10, top 15,
Yeah, he's
whatever.
just throwing
but-
these numbers out, man.
I'm not. We didn't do all that, but he just asked who's the
Man,
better
Wemby
player
better
on the
than
team.
Kawhi right now.
Hold on now. Actually.
You know what's crazy?
They don't-
I'm not- I
guarantee-
whatever
I
I was ready to say on my
Ho, ho,
mouth.
ho. One at a time. One at a
sorry.
time.
I guarantee you San Antonio loves Wemby more than they ever love Kawhi. And it's only been
Just
like
because
6
they
games.
love him more,
It's
that
only
it makes
been
him
6
better?
games. I mean,
That the logic?
Just because of his body type.
My eyes tell me he went 1-on-1 against Durant. If he can do that,
No,
my
I'm not really
God.
lying.
That's the litmus test. If you could guard Durant 1-on-1, you the best in the world.
Them fans definitely did have some content toward Kawhi. I feel when he got that.
Quit on
game.
them. he quit his way out of San Antonio.
I don't want to say he quit, but
he
they
didn't quit
wasn't they
Man.
wasn't valuing his body like he was, and he was like,
Man,
I gotta protect my legs, dog. Like, what you want from me?
All right, well, hold it, because there's a lot to like unpack. Because there's a couple things I kind of want to touch. Like, let's touch on Wemby real quick.
Wemby.
How do y'all feel about Wemby? Me personally,
He's going to be the greatest basketball player of all
I
time.
hate people like you. I
He's
swear. I'm
7'4".
sorry.
He's Durant. He's like put Durant and Hakeem together. That's what when I see Wemby, that's what I see.
Now, me
That's a
personally, any
generational
sport,
talent.
I don't care, football, basketball,
It's like
baseball.
Mahomes. We knew Mahomes was the greatest, and we
I need to see some. I need to
we didn't have to
see.
think about it.
I need to see
Don't overthink it,
consistencies. No, I'm
Don't
sorry.
overthink
That's
it.
not finna happen.
No, I-
You're literally throwing labels on him that are on greats. People that
You're looking
I
at what
can't.
his ceiling can be.
yeah,
It's not
and I
there
get
yet.
it. He could, but it's like
Did y'all not see him against the Suns?
Bro, it's a small sample size.
I think
That's a
He hasn't.
generational talent.
We don't know what he looks like in the playoffs.
I remember seeing Lance Stevenson cook a lot of guys for 40 on a couple games, but I mean he didn't become the greatest player ever. So it's like one game is not gonna.
I think
Perk
with
said,
him-
"Yo, one game is not finna."
I think he was
take it over the edge.
still 19.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wemby, like I think right now he is like top 20 player in the league right now. Just based off like what his skill set is, like what he can do on the court, like some of the stuff he's doing, like he's not just like your traditional big man. Like this motherfucker is coming down the court, crossover,
He's
pull
running
up,
the offense.
three. But and what's crazy is like motherfuckers thought Kevin Durant was a problem. All right, add a couple more inches and a way longer like wingspan, and he's literally just anybody think they can guard him, and it's just like sorry, like when he get in that mode, like when he was against the Suns, like it is clear to me like there is something special there, and I feel like Pop is the perfect person to bring it out. But we just gotta give him time. Like I want him to be great, but I do get like you can't just put
He's already
a whole lot of Yeah, but like
Yo,
that was the thing. Like
literally-
he was doing it in Europe as a 16
and I
and
get that.
17-year-old.
Who's
like,
to say now that he's here in America, he started getting exposed to all these different things? Who's to say his mindset and mentality on the game completely changes in his 20s? He's still a kid. What if his completely just goes all out the window and now he don't care no more and now he's just out there bullshitting every night,
Hold on.
getting a
Go
just
ahead.
getting a bag?
Go ahead, go ahead.
He just getting paid
I want to
because he know that this is where he can get the most money.
I want to ask. I think what was it? The last 5 years, first round draft picks. I think it was Ant, Zion, Wemby, Cade. I think Cade was in there.
Cade.
and-
Cade been looking good in
and,
Detroit, man.
Paolo?
Detroit look good.
If
by
you had
the
to
way.
rank all 5 of them, like as far as like how they've looked so far, like
Man,
or highest ceiling, I guess. Like,
Zion might be
Zion got to be at the bottom of my
Yeah.
list. I'm sorry, dummy.
I think
That Mariah Mills situation, I look at him differently.
I want to put Ant up there.
My point exactly. What if Wemby start fucking with an OnlyFans?
I
Then what? Like, yo,
I
you just said Zion's down here because of that. Like,
get what you're saying, bro.
It's-
But
and
I
I'm
feel
not
like he.
and I'm not knocking him. Like,
Yeah,
not to touch him, but
7'4".
I'm not saying that Wemby's not great right now in these games, in these moments. But I'm just saying, I'm not finna sit there and say he's
I
the
agree.
next top.
All right, so
all-time.
when you watch
He's
Luka,
not an
When
all-time.
you watch Luka, did you think like, oh man, he's gonna be like?
No.
What do you think about Luka?
What do I think about Luka?
Yeah.
I think Luka
He's generation.
after a couple seasons now,
It
after
took you-
a couple
it took
seasons,
you a couple
I'm-
seasons. It took you a couple seasons to realize.
consistency, yes. Because after the first season, if he wasn't doing it again, then what?
How can you sit here and
Shout
say
out
that
to Real Madrid away.
he's a
Luka
great,
Doncic legend.
but like
Won a title at 16. 'cause
literally
that
he
dude.
hasn't done anything yet,
Bro,
bro.
Wemby.
Yeah, he hasn't done anything.
I think he's the Fourth
Bro,
youngest,
he's
dropped
just
30
sniffing,
and 10, I think.
sniffing the hard court, bro.
All I'm gonna say is, for whatever reason, just watching a whole lot of soccer, you see a lot of young kids come up or whatever, being professionals and stuff like that, like 16, 17. Like,
Mbappe, bro, if
bro,
you get my
Mbappe-
eye test said Mbappe will be great.
I remember watching a game Kylian Mbappe played when he played at AS Monaco in 2017 against Man City.
You know soccer. You know
And
soccer.
dummy, it was from that game I knew. Like a couple of those players wound up going to Man City, like Bernardo Silva or whatever. But like I seen that game and he was like 18, 19. I was like, this, like he's my age.
Right.
I was like, he's gonna be different. But I just think people overseas for whatever reason, like they just have this professionalism. Like you can tell.
And that's what I was just about to
He
ask.
has it already. Like the way he talks, like he's
right.
all about getting his teammates in the game. Like he doesn't want to be about him. Like they always ask about him, but he's always like, nah, my teammates really got us going, got me going or whatever. And I feel like that's what will take him above almost everybody else.
But here's my rebuttal to that, and y'all are absolutely right. These overseas, the international people, they stay that way when they continue their careers overseas and international. Now that he's here in America with all the things that he could be exposed to, do you still think that professionalism is going to stay? He is 19.
I mean, name
It's
one.
going to stay from the rest of his career.
I
now?
think with his family, well, how they've acted the entire process, like him being scout, like the NBA was on him for a minute now. Like
14.
he was
but
been,
still over there.
No, but I get that. But
Like-
I feel like as long as he has his family with him, like as long as the family dynamic and he got a strong people around him, I have no doubt in my mind that he'll probably be right. Like
And he's in San
yo,
Antonio.
like
I
I
was
feel
about
like
to say, shout out to Pop. I think Pop is gonna be a real big influence. Pop, and he's been hanging with big fundamental Tim Duncan, right? He's been hanging with him too. So like,
Oh, what's his name?
and Tony Parker.
And
I feel like there
he's
was
got the
literally not a.
mentors.
He's also
Not
been, he's also been hanging with Jeremy Sochin.
So oh yeah. I mean,
So
It's-
come on, yo.
I feel
Like,
like they gonna
on,
get
yo.
Jeremy. So I feel like Sochan as a player got to go. But anyway,
He's still, man.
as a player,
His hair
he
looks
got
cool.
to go. I don't care about off the court antics or whatever. But as a player, from what I've seen the past 2 years, he's got to go, buddy. But I feel like he's in a perfect position, the perfect team. Like if there was a team to be like, yeah, we gonna literally make you right, like we have the track record, it's the San Antonio Spurs. As much as I hate,
And
to say it.
that's all my thing is. Like I'm just not, and unlike John, I'm just not finna give him the label all so soon because I know what the possibilities could happen. My thing is just let me just see what's gonna happen. You know what I mean?
I think we could all agree to disagree. I mean, I think we can all agree that he's gonna be good, right? But it's more of a wait and see. We can't label him the greatest of all time when it's only a quarter of the season. You know what I'm saying? Like
Top of that list, by the way, for that 5 of the number ones, and it's got to be top for me right now. Do you see that game he just had
I
the
think
other night
38.
against the Celtics?
Yeah,
Like last
38.
night? Yeah, like
38.
7 boards, like 9 assists or something. Like he was going crazy. Like he was legit. Like
4 fouls. 5
JT,
fouls.
JT was the second. Like JT be playing crazy defense or whatever. But when niggas are hot in the NBA, there is nothing you can do. And Ant is legit one of those people. Like I feel like Ant is times where Ant is legit the best player on the court, no matter who he's playing against. Like if he played, like when they played the Nuggets, got that dub. Like
Yeah.
like the Timberwolves got great defense now. Like I feel like things starting to look up, and for things to go bad for them,
Really?
it would be Cat. But I feel like Ant can actually take them somewhere. But yeah, Cade Cunningham, like he's been having a pretty good like bounce
Yeah.
back, not bounce back, but like improvement to this year. Like the Pistons look good with Jalen Duren. Yeah, like fucking
Duren, yeah.
what's the name down at the Magic? Like the Magic look good. Like
Solid.
people thought the
was
Lakers
bad.
was going to crush them or whatever. Like, bro, this is not the same old Magic. Like, they got the Wagner brothers from Germany and shit. Who like shout out to Germany winning the FIBA World Cup.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
shout out to Don.
Hey, yeah, nah. I mean, I was just gonna say, yeah, I shout out Cade. I mean, the Pistons still stink, but
You're
I
geek.
mean,
You're
no,
geek,
they're actually
buddy.
looking really good.
You're geek,
I
buddy.
mean, they're looking better.
I mean,
Yeah.
Way better than
They don't stink, but
they're
Cade-
looking better. They're,
They
they're on
got-
the up.
shout out
they got
Cade.
Amin, right?
yeah.
They got this the twin
Yeah,
brothers,
the
Amin
Thompson,
and
No, they got Asura.
Asura, yeah.
My
Asura's on Detroit. The other one
Almonds
is
on
that
Houston.
shit.
With,
Houston,
Rockets,
yeah,
yeah.
Houston.
I think they're both
Chicago.
solid. I think they're both good.
Dylan
honestly.
Brooks said he gonna lock LeBron up next time they play each other.
What you call it? The Asura. He He's top
Top
5 in top 5
blocks.
He's
Blocks,
number
As a
4 in
point
blocks.
guard.
Yeah.
It's
He's
crazy.
Like the
6'6".
people in front of him is AD, Cat, Gobert, and then there's him.
Don't be fooled, Derek White. Trying to come for that defensive player of the year. He
All right,
said,
so
"Fuck
bro,
you,
let me before we get off of basketball, I gotta talk to you real quick.
Real quick hit thoughts. Last. This is the last thing right here, man.
No, because I just gotta know. Like you said, you're a Celtics fan, right?
Uh-huh.
How do you feel about Jason Tatum?
Um,
Give me your honest opinion on Jason Tatum.
Oh yeah.
I feel like he can win us a championship, but I feel like there's been times where his like decision making has been real flawed or whatever. I don't like the coaching that's been I felt like last year, I really had a problem with fucking Joe Mazzulla. I wanted to fucking, bro, you got to fucking go with the shit you're doing. But with this year, I feel like Brad Stevens did a good job or whatever, actually assembling like a better team around him. Like I hate to say it, Marcus Smart had to go. He is in hell right now in Memphis, having no Ja, no Steven Adams for the whole season, and it's just like shit is hell right now. And Robert Williams, hate to say it, hurt again. Oh brother, what a surprise! So like I love Robert Williams. Like Tom Lord was that motherfucking Joe, but I feel like right now Jason Tatum, like if he keeps playing the way he's playing, he's winning MVP this season. Because I feel like the Celtics right now, how Kristaps Porzingis is playing, like he can't stop Jokic, but I feel like he can do enough to limit people on the defensive end of the floor. And I feel like the Celtics legit have a shot at winning the title this year. And I feel like Jason Tatum will be the best player on the court while doing so. Like legit, any shot you need, he is literally doing that on the court. And like, not that people be like, oh, he turned the ball over a lot. It's just because motherfuckers kept putting the ball in his hand. And I get it. It's just like put the ball in the best player's hand, but it's also like his coaches would not literally set up any easy shots. Like every shot they were taking is hard shots. And it's been like that for multiple years. And it's like, bro, can you consistently depend on motherfuckers making hard shot after hard shot after hard shot? And it's like, make a nigga life easy, and I swear to God, shit would just be so much different. Like those games against Miami, I swear to God, it was the same shit over and over. Yeah, let's play 5 out and dribble, drive, and get it a fucking turnover. Game after game after game. And so right now, this season, how they've been playing, like they just took a tough L in overtime to the Timberwolves, but I feel like how they've been playing as a unit or whatever, like it's clear to me that Jason Tatum is the best player, and I wish that they did not pay Jaylen Brown that big money.
Did that answer your question?
I said that
Honestly,
before he got the deal that Jaylen Brown shouldn't have got that money.
He's
But
the first person that's actually giving me a good answer on this nigga. So, but
legit, like I'm sorry, brother. JT can play defense. He'll board. He'll assist some nights if you need him to. Like, what else do you want him to do?
Get it done in the playoffs.
I get you, but he literally
not having excuses for every time you get tired. Not blame something on
Oh,
fatigue. Not always. No. Why is it always got to be? I got to change something. Like, bro, I don't know. It just seems like the greats didn't always have an excuse for why the job didn't get done. They just put it on themselves and they got better.
I mean,
and
but
they got it done.
He don't. All I'm gonna say is,
if we're being honest, I guess really, and they know this. My whole thing with Tatum is like, and it's not as bad now because like maybe in the beginning he didn't quiet the noise, but that whole like getting this Kobe stamp of approval, and then all of a sudden like, oh yeah, I'm like the next great, like I'm like, bro, when that shit happened with Book and they was like Kobe gave him approval, he said, I'm not him. He was like, don't do that, don't put that on me. I'm nowhere near that. I'm nothing like that. They did that with Tatum, and Tatum didn't dispute it at all. Just kept it going.
Yeah, I'm not really lying.
Like that's really, and I mean, I'll get over it. I'm starting to get over it, but it's just like I'm sorry. And then again, I don't know. Maybe last year tainted it a little bit, but me personally, I was always a JB fan over JT.
I feel like I remember watching that motherfucker JB coming in the league with the fucking high top, and I was like, yeah, bro, you cool. But then I seen this light skinned dude just fucking dropping you off, and I was like, nah, he different. But
last real quick wrap up. Any last thoughts on NBA for real?
Jokic should have won his back-to-back MVP.
We don't even have the time.
He said we don't got
Jason Tatum dropped 51 on his head.
We don't have the time to get into that. All right,
And
so
it
let's.
was just like-
I want to move forward into MLB real quick.
Yeah, let's talk
because
about.
I feel like we didn't touch on it last episode. Shout out to the Orioles. for having a historic season, playoff berth,
First place, man.
Shout out to
AL
my
East
boys,
title.
man.
You know what I mean? I know the Rangers. You know they won the whole
Got
thing.
swept out by the reigning World Series champs.
Shout out to
be
that boy
okay.
Corey Seager.
I'll be okay with
that's
that.
my dog.
Yeah.
I'll be okay with getting swept by the World Series.
You know what I
champs.
mean?
That's what I had to come to grips with. I'm like, look, we lost to the champs.
We shouldn't have been in first place in the first place. Like I didn't think like I was hoping.
I wanted to. Play
I was
somebody else.
hoping,
I wanted
like,
to play Minnesota.
I was hoping we'd have a good season, but to have the season that we had, like I don't want to say I got greater expectations for next season, but I feel like
Man, I agree.
as
This is
long
how
as
I'm-
the
no,
front
no.
office do some good, cool shit, I think we should be good.
Then this is how I'm looking at it. The way I see it right now is like last year it was better than the year before. This year was better than last year. We're on an upward trend right
What's
now.
his name?
I'm
Mike
okay with
Elias. He won
Executive of the Year.
I wrote the
My
story
boy
today.
Mike.
Yes, sir.
Shout out my boy Mike.
Get
man.
rid of the Angeloses from owning the fucking Orioles.
So
It's
all right,
horrible.
real quick. What do you want to see next year? Like how do they?
I need
make
to see
this
better pitching. That's
Yeah,
it.
Better
we
pitching.
just need pitches, bro.
better
Like
pitching.
you get some better pitching, some solid pitching.
I mean, but it hurt that what's his name? Batista was out. You know what I
Batista
mean?
wasn't playing the whole playoffs yet. But I mean, like that again.
better
like,
pitching.
if we had
get
again,
more,
if we
get more
had better
pieces, then we'll be
pitchers,
It
fine.
wouldn't
that
have
wouldn't have
mattered.
mattered.
Right, okay.
And he may not have even gotten hurt from the fatigue. You know what I mean? Like, who knows? If we just had the better pitchers, we wouldn't have had to use them so much.
All right, so last topic, I want to end it on this. I know we coming down to the wire buzzer beater. I think it was this real big thing on Twitter about what Joe Smith,
Yeah, Joe Smith.
former Hooper, his
I
wife.
ain't never watch him hoop, by the way.
His wife.
It's okay. You didn't miss much.
He had an argument with his wife because he found out she had a OnlyFans. I know it's like so cliche that we're having the OnlyFans conversation again, but like it just brought up the debate like should she like not have it because
I brought it up to him to begin with.
oh yeah
and I was gonna say that's really
that's what I think the
That,
issue
I
is.
really honestly be with you. I don't have a problem with her having the shit. It's just like
you didn't
we
say anything.
married and
exactly,
you didn't
right.
tell me nothing about it. Like what?
Well, I had to
How I
find-
look, am I out somewhere and somebody say, "Yeah, yo, your wife busting it open and showing me," and I'm like, "Whoa!" Like I'm gonna be appalled, and I gotta come home to you, and it's like, why didn't you just give me? A
You know,
heads up?
if we had the conversation beforehand about it, you know, it's like, all right, we can, you know what I mean? And if it's a financial thing, maybe we can find another workaround, you know
it's
what I mean?
Joe Smith. I know it's a financial thing. He ain't got no bread.
I feel like
He ain't got no
Shorty
money.
probably shouldn't have recorded the whole conversation or whatever.
I also don't think
But
that's
also
not a
at
place
the
dating for
but,
social
but,
media.
but also at the same time, it's just like her profession before, like she was doing. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah, no.
pornography
She
or
came
whatever.
from
He's
that
right. Yeah,
lifestyle.
no. That's
So, but so
He knew what he was
so,
getting
like,
into.
I'm not.
This ain't nothing new.
I'm not one to judge, but it's also like, bro, like what, like. I don't want to say like what do you expect, but also at the same time, like she's her own woman. She gonna do whatever she wants to do. So like,
I did some research and
God.
let's just say
Oh, keep it PG, please. Keep it PG.
No. Say what you gotta say.
Let's-
We're at the end. I think I know what you're about to say.
I'm gonna just say you
Leak
know
say, get your shit off, bro.
yeah she know how to do that, but yeah, let's just say she was very good back in the day. I understand why Joe Smith should have put two and two together. What she was doing back like a decade ago, it's probably only got better now. So
Listen, Rashad said keep it PG. I ain't finna keep it PG. I'm gonna keep it so real with y'all right now. I seen a screenshot of Shorty getting DP by an Asian dude and a white guy. Literally, Joe Smith, you should have knew what your wife was about, bro. And literally, everybody was on Twitter talking about how like the fact that you try to change this into a wife is crazy.
Sounding like Doja Cat.
It's like, come on, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
she's lost her mind too. But yeah,
I'm just like,
I think we all agree that the bigger issue here is just that
The lack of communication.
yeah,
There's
it's
no
just-
communication.
They
The
just didn't
bigger
talk
issue.
about it. You know what I mean? Like
The
I guess
bigger
she hit it. The bigger issue, yeah.
She
I mean,
like low key, like high key, and she was just like, yeah, I got this on the side because I want more money or whatever.
it worked out for her though. She's been on mad interviews,
Facts, nah,
podcasts.
her name blowing
I'm
up.
pretty sure her
She blowing-
OnlyFans joint going up.
Probably
Going
making
up on a
bread now.
Tuesday.
way more money.
Word to McConan.
yeah. But yeah, I think that does it for another episode of the Fourth Down podcast. We can end it on a high note. Shout out to the cast. You
What
know,
a high note to end it on, huh?
John, Leek, special guest Tori. Shout out everybody
Thanks.
that's
Appreciate y'all
rocking
for
us
having me, by
for
the
so
way.
long. Yeah, no, for sure.
Hala
But
Madrid.
I want to thank y'all for locking in with us for so long. Through
Appreciate the love.
you know what I mean,
Always.
through Buzzsprout, through the basement recordings, through through Zoom. Like I really appreciate all the love y'all showing us on social media, everything like that. So thank y'all.
It's been an honor being on here with you boys.
All right, well, see y'all next time.
Peace. This is a him thing too. So it's like.